Originally airing from 2009 to 2014 on the USA Network, White Collar followed the unlikely partnership between con artist Neil Caffrey, Matt Bomer, and FBI agent Peter Burke, Tim DeKay, with an undelivered reboot having been promised in recent years. While many have enjoyed White Collar for years, there has been a renewed interest in the show after a reboot was announced, but it has yet to materialize. The success of White Collar wasn't difficult to understand. Most viewers found the premise to be simple enough, but the execution of the story was what reeled viewers into the show. Between the straight-laced determination of Burke, determined to keep Caffrey in line as he continued to unfold and show off his eccentric charm, and the procedural-style drama, White Collar worked on every level. Earning strong reviews throughout its run due to its blend of traditional procedural storytelling and humor, White Collar was full of charismatic performances that demanded to be watched. The main duo aside, the cast featured a huge amount of talent outside Bomer and DeKay. With Tiffany Thiessen as Burke's wife, Elizabeth, and Willie Garson as Mozzie, Neil's eccentric con artist friend, the show carried itself well. While the series finale ended on an open enough note, many struggled to see a world where White Collar returned for years, until some buzz surrounding the idea of bringing the show took flight. Cast members expressed their own interest, and the show's creator, Jeff Eastin, shared that there were a few potential directions he could see taking the show, should it return. With excitement surrounding the idea, it quickly became clear that there was enough interest in a White Collar reboot for it to do decently. As fans have remained vocal about the desire for the show to come back, the situation surrounding White Collar's return has grown increasingly complex as it's forged ahead. Questions about who could return, what the show would be about, and more still remain unanswered. The White Collar reboot was confirmed in June 2024. Creator Jeff Eastin confirmed the reboot's development. In June 2024, Eastin confirmed that he was moving forward with creating a White Collar reboot. Speaking alongside other members of the cast during a charity event that was honoring the late Garson, it was shared that he'd completed a pilot script for the reboot already, and the series was in development, though there was no formal announcement made about its future. With widespread excitement from fans, both Bomer and DeKay shared that they were enthusiastic about the idea of returning for the reboot. This confirmation marked the first big step in bringing the show back, but White Collar's reboot, potentially titled White Collar Renaissance, has hit some difficult bumps in the road on its way to becoming a full-fledged series. White Collar Renaissance hit the marketplace in February 2025. The series started getting shopped around early this year. Once viewers had learned that White Collar Renaissance was a possibility, the buzz surrounding the series was electric. By February 2025, the reboot went to market with the script for the pilot and surrounding pitch materials being shopped to potential distributors. While there wasn't any information disclosed about where, exactly, the reboot was going to land, it was shopped to streaming platforms and networks alike. A significant step forward in the reboot process, the fact that Eastin and the rest of the creative team felt strongly enough about the idea of bringing White Collar back to genuinely shop it around is a great sign. Unfortunately, going to market with a script doesn't necessarily mean things will be successful. Fans took the February update as a sure thing, despite there being no certainty. The latest White Collar Renaissance update. There's been very little movement publicly. Although there's no formal update available about what's going on with White Collar Renaissance, it's clear that there's a lot of interest in what's to come for the reboot. With Eastin, Bomer, and DeKay all on board to return for the series reboot, White Collar Renaissance has enough star power to return successfully, which is typically half of the battle with a reboot. The creative team has also been clear to emphasize that the new series would honor Garson and incorporate his legacy into the story, which could be a fascinating lens for the new show. Although there's no formal announcement about where or when fans can expect to see the White Collar reboot, Bomer and DeKay have both actively discussed the project, which could mean they're close to sealing a deal. When will the White Collar reboot premiere? There isn't a timeline for the project yet. USA Network, via Movie Stills DB. As White Collar Renaissance is still in the development phase of the project, there isn't a specific timeline for the project yet, which means there's no definitive release date. With that being said, it's possible that if the show is able to find a home by early 2026, viewers could see White Collar Renaissance by the end of next year.